Okay, so it's been about a week and a half. Today's Wednesday, and truck's still in the garage, obviously. So let me get you guys caught up on what happened this week. First off, last video you saw the engine was in and the intake manifold was not on it. So what I did, I went ahead and bought an intake manifold. I bought this adapter for installing the engine, so it just makes it easier than using a chain. So I went ahead and got that. Also got a new starter here, the little mini starter, so I'm going to change out the big old starter, put that in. So I ordered that stuff, and in the meantime I went ahead and measured my distance from my flex plate to my torque converter with the torque converter pushed all the way in, and my gap was too wide. So what I needed to do was pull the engine back out. What I did do, pulled the engine back out to space the flex plate properly, so there was a smaller gap between the flex plate and the torque converter. I went ahead and waited until the intake manifold gasket got here, put the plate on there, pulled the motor back out, and went to install the spacer, which is just like this one. This is an extra one. And in my old flex plate, which you can see this is a Magnum balanced 360 external balanced flex plate, and you can see this fits perfect. Well, on the stock unbalanced, internal balance, whatever you want to call it, flex plate, you can see it doesn't sit down into the recess here. So it's got a gap right there. And obviously if you install that and try to ram the bolts down, it's not going to be right. So now I had the engine out, sitting on the floor trying to figure out what to do. And there are no machine shops in Tallahassee. So what I ended up having to do is call a friend, and this was a Friday evening. I pulled the motor back out on a Friday evening, and he took about, I don't know, 250 thousandths off the OD on this thing, and got it back on a Saturday night, and then Sunday morning went ahead and installed the engine. So this is where we're at now. Bolts on the bell housing are connected. Still need to do flex plate, flywheel, or flex wheel. Need to go ahead and do the flex plate to torque converter bolts, get the cover back on, exhaust in, radiator in, and just start getting this thing back together. So like I said, it is a Wednesday night. I'm gonna go ahead and get to work, see where we get tonight, and plan is to have this thing running this weekend. Okay, 8 o'clock. Headers are in, torque converter bolts are in, dust covers on, brackets are on the bottom. Header on this side, everything's tight. So that's gonna do it for tonight. Mosquitoes are out, I gotta go. Woo! Let's get after it. Well guys, here you go. 318 is complete. Didn't do any filming today because had company over helping, but 318 is in here, it's complete. We tried to turn it over, battery is wasted, it is garbage. So threw the charger on it and just nothing. So tomorrow I'm gonna buy a battery, I'm gonna roll it over. The issue Thursday, I tried to, I left the dipstick in, the old dipstick tube in, and I was just gonna pull it out whenever I got the engine in, and which I did, and whenever I went to wiggle it and got it out, it broke off at the block. So today what I had to do was take the oil pan off and had to dig out the piece of the oil dipstick tube. So got that done. New oil, I got the zinc additive in it for break-in, and this bad boy is ready to go. Just need a battery. So that's it for tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, Saturday, 5:30. Look at it. We have a hood on. Went for a test drive this morning. Last night I told you I needed a battery, so went this morning, got a battery, and fired it up. Got the timing set. Had to go into the MSD and wipe out the timing on it. Set the distributor 36 degrees, and then I pulled timing using the box with my laptop. So got that dialed in, went for a test drive, and it sounds really good. There was an issue when I was driving it, when I accelerate, and it felt like it was the torque converter not matching up to the motor, but ended up taking a look at my AFR, my fuel ratio, air fuel ratio. I have a gauge up in the truck, and right here's the auto meter, wideband, and took a look at that while I was accelerating. This thing was getting up to 17 to 1 air fuel. So brought it back home, done for the day. That carburetor has been sitting on the truck for, you know, like 10 months since had problems with the engine before. And it may be gummed up, or the cubic inches changed. The big cubic inch from a 360 to a 318 might have made the tune a little different. Anyways, I'm gonna take the carburetor off this week, get to work on that. But other than that, it sounds great. I'm gonna start it up for in a second. It sounds great, and it revs like real snappy. I would say it's, as far as the tone of it, it sounds pretty close to the 360. Can't really tell that much difference, but let me go ahead and start it up for you guys real quick. Also forgot to mention, whenever I first started it up, the new starter that I bought one of the mini starters. So right here, brand new AC Delco for a 96 Dodge Ram. That thing was hitting the teeth and would not engage, so I went straight back to the big, bulky, old starter. So still running that guy. I guess that's what it's gonna be, because I have another starter here a long time ago. I put this one on, and that one did the same thing. The teeth just would not engage properly. So back to the big starter on BigRed, unfortunately. I was trying to save some weight and modernize it a little bit, but just didn't work. I do have the base timing set a little high right now, but it sounds good. It's idling high because the base timing's high. There you go, guys. BigRed's back on the road. Got to take the carburetor off this week and see if I can figure out what's going on there. I have plenty of jets and all, so if I have to just do a jet change to get it back down in the good operating range, get it in the 12.5 to 13 range air fuel and wide open throttle. But 17, it's gonna burn that motor up quick, so we're not gonna do that. But hope you guys enjoyed this. Gonna get some footage at the track hopefully soon once I get that carburetor dialed in. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. See you guys next time.